Does anxiety get the better of you sometimes? So my name is Dr. Jeremy Andrews. I'm a doctor of chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey. And today I'm going to be talking to you about something a little bit different but incredibly important. It's all around anxiety and mental health. So I'll be honest with you. As a chiropractor, a business owner, life gets hectic. And with 2025 starting, I've been in planning mode for the last couple of months, thinking about how I can improve the clinic, provide more value to our clients, and also support my team the best way that I can. But in all this planning, I've also been reflecting on the importance of mental health, something that affects all of us. Whether we talk about it or not, it's vitally important to our lives. And today, I want to share a simple yet powerful hack that's helped me manage my anxiety and get ahead of the day before it even begins. So what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things, but the first one is waking up early, specifically an hour before you normally are. And before you roll your eyes and think, 5 a.m., that's insane, just hear me out. This isn't about productivity gimmicks or being a morning person. It's about finding mental clarity and balance before the day's chaos sets in. So let's get into it. Now, we are here in February, so the start of 2025, and I've done a lot of my planning for the year already. That was done back in November, December, when it's actually a quieter time for chiropractors. But for chiropractic clinic owners, not so much. So I reflect on the past 6 years and I want to plan ahead for the year coming and thinking about where we can improve. So it's exciting, but also anxiety inducing. So I think about how we can provide more value for our clients, how to support our team better, and how to balance all of this with family and personal health. So I like to break my life down into 4 main areas. So work, family and friends, health, and mindset. And if I've learned one thing, it's that my mindset is the key that ties all of these together. So the way I look after my mind directly impacts how I show up at work, how present I am with my family, and even my physical health. That's why today I want to share the 5 a.m. anxiety hack that's changed the game for me. So what is quiet time and why 5 a.m.? So isn't this just an ungodly hour meant for fitness fanatics and CEOs? Well, not quite. The real secret to 5 a.m. isn't about productivity. It's about peace and control. It's about finding stillness before the world starts making demands on your time and your energy. So when I wake up at 5 a.m., the house is completely quiet. There's no emails, no notifications, no distractions. It's my time to be present, reflect, and set my intentions for the day before the chaos begins. So I first learned about this from a book called The 5 a.m. Club. It was written by Robin Sharma, and it was a real game changer. So it's not about like grinding or hustling, the Gary Vee type of thing. It's about creating space to breathe and think clearly. And if 5 a.m. sounds too early, it doesn't have to be 5 a.m. It could be 6 a.m. It could even be 6:30 a.m. The key is to wake up before the rest of your household to find that quiet time. You could even do it in the evenings, but you find that the day has already happened and you're less likely to do it then. So what do I actually do at 5 a.m.? So here's how I break it down into 3 simple steps. So the first thing is mindfulness and meditation. So I use an app called Headspace for 10 minutes. This is guided meditation. It helps me to focus on my breathing and brings me into the present moment. It helps to settle everything down. It helps me to just think about the day as I'm going forwards. So it might sound a bit woo-woo, but there's real science behind it. Studies show that mindfulness can really improve focus. It can reduce anxiety and also enhance your overall mental health. That's by a guy called, I think it was Callahan et al. In 2024. The second thing I do is journaling and reflection. So I take a few minutes to write down my thoughts, my goals, my intentions for that day. So what do it mean to be successful? So that when I get home and Charlotte says, how was your day? I'm like, it was good. She's like, why? I'm like, these are the reasons that it was good. So it really helps me to organize and structure the day, structure my thoughts and reflect on what's truly important. I was also reading something the other day that says, when it's down on paper, it's then out of your head and you haven't got to keep thinking about it. So you put it down on the paper, you come back to it later and it makes sure that that focus is there and it's away from your mind and your thoughts, and you can just calm, rest, and relax. And the third thing is I read or I try and learn something. So I spend the last 10 to 15 minutes reading a book or listening to a podcast that inspires me. So currently I'm diving into Tim Spector's work on nutrition and gut health, which has completely changed how I look at food and energy levels and how we fuel our body. So this routine helps me to start the day feeling grounded, energized, and in control. It sets the tone for a productive day without the anxiety or chaos that often comes with rushing in the morning, getting woken up by the kids, and you're already behind where you want to be. Now, do I do this every single day? No, I don't. I'm not claiming to be a professional Headspace Buddhist Zen monk who's completely calm the whole time. I'm absolutely not, and that would be lying to say that I am. But I try and aim for 4 days out of 7 if I can, a couple on the weekend, a couple in the week, to try and start the best way that I can. And do I do it those 3 steps every single day? No, I don't. I always try and prioritize the mindfulness. I always try and do the headspace. So if I can try and get 5 or 6 of those in the week, I know that my anxiety, how I feel about the week, how I feel about, the office, the team, the clients, I just come at it with a much better sense of clarity and also confidence as well. So what have I learned about anxiety and mental health? So I could be completely honest, I didn't always prioritize my mental health. And in 2018, when I started the clinics, I went through a pretty rough patch when I first started West Chiropractic. So my wife, Charlotte, she was pregnant with our eldest, Kit, and I just left my job as an associate chiropractor working for a group of clinics. So I was super excited, but when the adrenaline wore off, the anxiety kicked in. So the weight of the responsibility hit me hard. And I struggled for a while. People started noticing I was quiet, I was always thinking about work, I was always worried about it. And that's when I realized that mental health isn't just about fixing problems when they happen. It's about consistently working on your mindset, just like you would work on your physical health. So things like going to the gym or training or walking, you don't just wait for injury to start exercising. So why wait for anxiety or burnout to start looking after your mental health? So that's why I adopted that 5 a.m. routine, and it's made a massive difference. It helps me stay grounded and proactive instead of being reactive. So it's super important to try and focus on looking ahead and not just jumping over speed bumps when they come. So other things that have helped. So aside from waking up early, here are a few other hacks that have really made a huge difference in my mental health. Exercise is huge. So if you watch this channel, I love exercise, whether it's a run, a workout, doing high rocks, CrossFit, or even just a walk. Getting my body moving releases dopamine, serotonin, which naturally boosts my mood. Doesn't have to be intense. Even just 20 minutes of movement can make a massive difference. I also got rid of social media apps. I don't have any social media apps on my phone. The only thing I have is Facebook on desktop for Facebook Ads Manager for the business. It can be a huge trigger for anxiety. So I've removed those apps from my phone and noticed an immediate improvement in my mental clarity and focus. And here's the real thing, I haven't even noticed the difference. So what I found was I was just doom scrolling. I would go on YouTube, I'd go on TikTok, and I would find I'd just be on there just to look at something because I was bored. And I would just scroll through stuff, and before you know it, half an hour's gone by and you've lost it. It's really important to look at your screen time on your settings, and that's a great way to see how much time you're actually spending flicking on these apps. How you use your phone in 2025 is a really, really important measure of how you're going to get the things that you actually want. I read a book the other day called The Comfort Crisis, which talked about we've lost the ability to be bored. It's okay if you're bored sometimes to sit there, think about things, look at things. You don't have to grab your phone every single time you're bored. So be comfortable with that. And then no phone first thing in the morning or last thing. So I don't check emails or social media first thing in the morning or last thing at night. This helps me to start and end my day on my own terms instead of reacting to what others need from me. I used to find with emails, if I check my emails first thing, I was like, oh gosh, got to deal with that. You don't need that. So when I do these changes combined with a 5 a.m. routine, it has transformed how I manage anxiety and stress. And it doesn't work all the time, and I'm not always regular with it, but if you have a plan, it's going to be different for you. Try and stick to that plan the best you can so that when you do get taken off the rails, it's going to bring you back on, help just manage everything. So you know that if you are feeling stressed or anxious, you have some tools that you can work to bring that back. So it's not about the exact time, it's about finding time for yourself before the world wakes up to give you that time. Whether it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., even just 5 minutes earlier than usual, give it a go. Spend that time being present, reflecting, or just breathing. You might be surprised at how much of a real difference that it could make for you. So if you found the video helpful, please like the channel, please subscribe to the channel for regular updates. And as always, you can grab copies of my best-selling books here, The Secret Cure to Back Pain and How to Avoid a Lifetime of Painkillers and Surgery. See you next time.